Defensively, I think, we've got to eliminate the big plays. That was the kind of the black eye on the night in terms of defensive football. But we won the third down battle. We were able to get off the field on third down defensively. We converted on offense. And then I thought it was a great job by our offense getting us in that 4-minute situation and ending the game. So pleased with the win. Got a lot of things we've got to clean up, but happy to win.
Coach, what's with the scheme that you guys put on during the week with Taysom? There's got to be some kind of strategy you guys work on during the game for that.
Yeah, well, good player. Try to put him in position to do things that he does really well. Our guys went out and executed the play, so it was good to see.
Yeah, Dennis, I was going to ask about that too. I mean, was there something you guys saw in the Seahawks defense that you thought you would use a lot of?
Well, look, we talked earlier in the week, and Pete and I were talking, and he felt like, some of the run game stuff that we could do with Taysom in the game could be really good against this group, and he was right. Taysom was really effective.
Was it to the point that you used him more maybe than you even thought you would at the beginning of the game because the way it was playing out? Or did you expect him to get that many snaps?
Well, look, I don't know that you ever really know exactly how many snaps somebody's going to get. It just depends on how the game's being played out, But I thought we were able to do some things in the running game and utilize him in those areas. And then obviously with what they were doing defensively, trying to stop the run game, we felt like there was an opportunity in the passing game, and we were able to throw a touchdown there. So, look, I got to give, Pete Carmichael and the offensive staff a lot of credit for the game plan that they put together. They operated it very well, and that was a big part of it.
Outside of some of the negative stuff, do you feel like you guys are putting together some of the pieces to put together the offensive identity you want? Like, do you see progress in that taking place?
Look, I feel like, I thought we saw a little bit more progress this week. I felt like in the second half last week, you felt a little progress. Certainly we'd like to get everybody healthy and have all our weapons out there, but I thought today was, a lot more consistency in terms of what we were doing.
8 of 14 on third down today. How much of a luxury is it to have Taysom in that role, knowing you're in third and short, you can just hand the ball, go jumbo?
Yeah, look, I mean, you have weapons that you feel like you can utilize and do the things that those guys do really well. And I think anytime you have a guy that can play the quarterback position and he can affect the game with his legs, it creates a challenge for the defense, because now you have to play 11-on-11 football, and then if you start creeping, safety down too far into the box, he can still do some things in the passing game. So, it's a good piece to have.
Dennis, how encouraging is it for you to see AK respond the way after his fumble to kind of come back and have a?
Yeah, really encouraging. I would say if there was a a black eye offensively in terms of what we did offensively, it was that we still turned the ball over twice, but yet we did enough things offensively to overcome those things. And look, I thought AK brought a lot of energy and a lot of explosiveness to the offensive unit this week.
You've seen Taysom do some amazing things over the years. How impressed were you today compared to everything you've seen in his career since he's been?
Listen, that's a tough question because I've seen a lot of good things out of him, you know what I mean? And so what we saw him do today are things that we expect that we can get out of that player. And so we're going to continue to try to find ways to utilize that.
That was going to kind of lead into my next question. You talked about Pete this week saying that there was an opportunity to use Taysom. Will it be week by week, or do you think that this could be expanded because of the way he played today?
Well, yeah. Look, I mean, certainly our future opponents are going to look at this game. They're going to have ways that they're going to try to, defend it. And so people are going to make adjustments. But that's always been part of what we've been able to do here with Taysom. And we'll continue to find ways to utilize that. And when it's effective and it's working, we'll keep doing it. So credit Pete for, if it's working, keep calling it.
Dennis, is this, at least offensively, the script you think you're going to have to follow to be successful with this team, at least until Jameis maybe returns?
In certain aspects, yeah. I think just being efficient, we were able to run the ball well. We got into a lot of third and manageable situations. We didn't have a lot of, negative plays, which put us, behind the chains a lot. And so we were getting in third manageables, and we were able to convert third downs. And so therefore, when you're running the ball well, when you're converting on third down, you're winning the time of possession battle. That was an explosive offense that we played against, and they've been explosive a bit against most teams that they've played. And so we knew that would be a challenge, and our ability to maintain time of possession on offense was a big part of, us getting that win.
Speaking of those explosives, was there anything that you saw commonalities about conceding, a handful of them this game?
Well, they got behind us. I don't think we played a couple of those. The one at the end of the half, that's inexcusable. That can't happen. And then the one there in the, fourth quarter to lock it. We really got kind of two doubles on that. And he just got on top of us. So we got to work to clean that up. We'll look at the tape and see what we can do better. But, I look at the way we played defensively, and I'd say, but for about 4 or 5 plays, it was pretty good. But yet, those 4 or 5 plays, end up being basically, 28 points in the game. So those are things that we got to clean up.
Did you see anything on the run, or is that?
Yeah, we misfit the run just a little bit. We had a pressure on. Hindsight's 20/20. I don't know if I love the call, and so, we'll evaluate it, see what we can do better. But look, I think you got to give our guys credit. I mean, our guys came out and competed all the way to the end, and we made enough plays to win the game. And even when guys were going down, we had guys that stepped up and made plays for us.
Dennis, the challenge on the Olave touchdown, is that something you saw the challenge, or did you get a call down?
Well, there's a process that we go through in those situations, and so we went through the process that we go through, and from our vantage point, there was 3 feet down, before he went to the ground and lost possession of the ball, and 3 feet equals a football move, and so that's possession in the end zone, and felt like that should have been ruled a touchdown. So, but I thought our process worked extremely well in that situation.
How big was that in the game?
7 points big. It was a big play. Yeah, it was a big play, big momentum play, and so the process worked there.
Dennis, I know we've exceeded our Taysom questions probably in this press conference, but why hasn't he played a bigger role as a pass catcher or as a tight end this season? Is that part of the development of Juwan Johnson, or is that part of Taysom's
look,
injuries,
each game there's a varying, degree of elements that go into that. We've got some plays up for him in the passing game, and we got some plays up for him playing the quarterback position. And so, I think it's just kind of a week-to-week deal to figure out, how we can use him and where he can be most effective.
Coach, you talked about what you want to improve on your pass defense, but in terms of Geno Smith, how much has he improved over the years and become more of a, deadly down the field passer?
Well, I think he's playing extremely well this year. The pass early in the game to Fant, was, I thought, right on the mark. I think he's playing extremely well. I think they're doing a lot of really good things with him. He's got a lot of good weapons to throw the ball to. It's a really good offensive team that we just faced, and usually if you're really good on offense, a lot of times your quarterback's playing at a high level, and I think that he is.
Dennis, the way the last 3 weeks have gone, how much did you guys need this one? How good does it feel right now?
Well, look, it always feels good to win in our league, and so yeah, that it feels good. You know, we wanted to go 1-0 this week. We accomplished that task, and now we got to move on to the next one.
Seattle was 1 of 9 on third downs. Cam Jordan was a big part of that success. Just what can you say about his performance today?
I'll let Cam talk about himself. He's pretty good at that.
Did you do you have any status update on Marshawn with the wrist?
No.
Abdomen, I'm sorry.
Abdomen.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I haven't spoke to the trainers. I know they were evaluating him on the sideline, and then at some point told me that he was out, and I haven't gotten any other word on that.
I was going to ask the same thing about Olave. I know he's in protocol, but that was kind of a concerning hit to the head he took. How is he doing?
Yeah, I haven't visited with him either. You know, so I saw him briefly as we just walked in the locker room. He seemed like he was in pretty good spirits. He was excited about the win. So, look, he'll go through the process, and we'll make sure we're following all the steps, and we'll see where he's at.
Were there any noticeable differences in how they handled protocol today? Did it seem the same? I'm just asking after everything that happened. The last week or two.
Nothing, you know, nothing on the field that I noticed that was, you know, extremely different.
You noted his energy today, but how much did AK step up this past week leadership-wise and kind of writing the offense?
Well, look, you know, AK's not really a real vocal person by nature, but part of being a leader is just, you know, coming to work every day. And look, he was ready to go this week. He was feeling healthy and was excited about playing, and you could see it in practice. And so, yeah, I thought it brought a lot of energy to our team.
And this is the second time this season your numbers have been like really low at receiver at a late stage in the game. How much does that impact like what you can do? Like how much kind of thinking on the fly do you have to do?
Yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. You know, obviously losing Deontay early in the game, you know, and then losing Olave, you know, put some stress on the receiver position and stress on the coaching staff to figure out, you know, what we can do and how we can attack them. It's fortunate that we were having some success in some of our, you know, base packages, and so we probably went a little bit more in that direction.